Welcome back. Thank you for joining me again. My name is Renee, and this is Highly Motivated, a channel where we check out different things that I find interesting, and I hope you do too. Today, we're going to be checking out some crazy conspiracy videos that are going to blow your mind. But before we do me a favor and like this video and subscribe to my channel, and let's get right into the video.
A first chakra. A lot of them are into heavily secret Masonic societies, and to get inside of the Masonic societies, because there are different organizations that make up the conscious community, and some of those in the conscious community, those organizations, were also around Nipsey and doing so-called security for Nipsey and watching out for Nipsey.
Nipsey is said to be an FBI informant. If you've never heard any of that, let me know in the comments and I will do a video on that.
Told you. You ain't tell me shit.
That means playing with your butt. No, listen, because because I've been doing music. No, because I feel like we gotta put it out there. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of listen. I had like 2 record deals, right? Mm-hmm. And
They wanted your butt?
yeah.
There's 3 doors. There's the satanic door, there's the gay door, and then there's the go your own way door. And we all know who the most successful ones are.
G-Unit.
So look, let me be clear, right? Nah, because it's not even funny. I'm keeping it real, right? It's not even funny now. They proposition you. They do things indirectly, like they might send a stylist at you, right? Listen, they might send a stylist at you.
Where this?
And the stylist is being all extra tight. Listen, homie, we ain't doing that. Or they might invite you to a party and it's a sausage party. Wait, hold on, I'm out. I'm saying.
Nipsey's telling me that.
And if you're not willing to get in position and they like your name, they may force you into it through a blackmail situation. Or it seems to me like a lot of rappers are dying lately, and it's like they found that death clause loophole. Like if they're not gonna, toe the line, then they kill them and take their insurance money and make more money than they ever need anyway. It's just really sick. And the fact that the whole purpose of it is to degrade society, like.
All these conscious people, you look up to these men and respect, they are Masons, but to get into that Masonic society, they have secretly done rituals in their butt. And he showed me these satanic seals, these magic seals, where they're in these private Masonic groups to take the oath and get initiations. And these different men are masturbating each other and then jack off on a magic sigil and go down, having orgies with men. And they're supposed to be religious people and very intelligent. Women are not allowed. Once they get into them and they do these homosexual rituals, then they're teachers and speakers, so-called healers and lecturers. They sound so intelligent. They participate in the humiliation, degradation, and sexual exploitation of women and of children. And the women that are by their sides participate in helping them with the sex trafficking of the children and the men. And if you go into these groups and you have sex with these groups, you will see a lot of them will do charities for children, the fire department, all types of organizations, churches, and help them.
Judges.
But underneath that, when they go to apply for a certain job or they have a ticket in court or something, they get out of it because they fucking each other. Once you get into there, you have to take the sexual oath and the demonic oath, and wherever you go, you get whatever you want. To apply for a job, you tell them if they got somebody or they have somebody in there to pass you through.
But I remember last year when the brother, when the brother, he commented on a photo he seen with a lot of black brothers, young, old, whatever. I think it was young brothers. And Nipsey, somewhere he was like, "Yo, I'm glad to see brothers not effeminized. I'm glad to see strong, masculine brothers, brothers that's, standing up strong and tall." And the gay people in Hollywood tried to come after the brother. You know how they come after you. When they come after you, you get scared because your pockets are affected.
Your pocket. Well, that's because people are ran by money, and what do they say? The love of money is the root of all evil, and the control of money is the control of all evil. It's a little quote from Stephen Quayle that I stole.
Like they came after Kevin Hart. They want that nigga to apologize the rest of his life. They may come after Kevin Hart 10 years from now and say, we need you to apologize again for that shit because we need a certain place. They came after Nipsey. Nipsey said, man, listen, man. Y'all don't control me because y'all don't control my money. This shit is all about money. If they control how you get your money, they control you. Nipsey was straight up like, nah, y'all don't control my, I'm self.
Nipsey Hussle works for the FBI. Let me know if you want to know because I have a video that can pretty much prove that.
Made. Nigga said, yo, I'm self-made. Y'all don't control me. So he ain't back down to the gays in Hollywood when they try to come after him. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. That is some crazy. Well, we all know that the music industry has a serious satanic agenda.
To have a little bit of fear, to face it, and then your fear will be gone.
But you feel a bit of fear. Why do you feel a bit of fear? Tell Mama. Look at the camera.
I feel a bit of fear because it's really dangerous, and I ate
Look at me.
And I ate babies, and I
What?
ate babies before, and I feel really weak about it. Really weak. Not strong. But when I eat hemp, I feel really strong.
Show the camera.
I feel when I eat hemp, I feel really strong. Really.
When you eat hemp?
Yes, and feel really powerful. But when I eat meat, I feel really
That's
weak.
right.
And
Show the camera.
when I
Say what you
eat,
said to
when
the
I ate, the first time when we ever done it with Papa, the first time when we little done it, we had feared so much.
When you did what?
When we killed a baby, first time. And
You
we knew
killed the
about it.
babies?
Yes.
You yourself?
With Papa. Papa
Pap-
holding my hand. He helped me. But he told me to cut the baby's head off. But he forced me to. I couldn't.
He held
so
your hands?
He held my hand. Yes.
Like what? Show me.
So this is my hand on the knife.
No
he put his
way.
big hand on, and he pushed my hand and then cut off the head. Like that. And then when we got older, we got more used to it. But then we understood. When my mom found out about it, she understood. She told me that it's wrong to do this kind of stuff. So then me and Gabriel had still been used to it, but then we had understood that it's wrong.
And so, what your decision is?
And in our decision, we had still a lot of fear in our head. But then when we read a book called June, it said that fear is the mind killer. So when we heard that, we thought that it was true. It was not really true. But then after, there was a man called Abraham who came to help us. He said that it is true, that fear is the mind killer. And then after,
Fear and love
said
are
we had to face
opposites.
our fear. So then after we faced our fear,
Look in the camera. The camera is here.
and then we after.
Camera is here. This
And
way.
then after we faced our fear.
So what you decided?
And
Come here, Gabriel.
and we decided that we should stop. Or then we should
Come,
stop
Gabriel, come
killing
closer to
babies,
Alice.
and we should stop doing sex, or it's just going to be pointless, and it's just going to have to be going to jail and just go back.
So what we're gonna do? We're gonna protect other babies and
then we
children, huh?
And when you face
And
and
save
when
those children who are involved or who've been forced to be involved, right?
Yes. And when you face and James was in it. When you face the fear, you get less fear on you. Doesn't have money and they get a baby, they decide to sell it. They eat it, do sex
How
first.
do they eat the baby?
They cut,
Alive? Is the baby alive?
no, they inject it to make it go to sleep.
And
then after, Papa
You know, these children can't be making up such detailed stories.
tells us to hold the knife.
It's just really sad. Oh my god.
And he puts
Disgusting.
his big hand on. He pushes it into the neck, cuts it, and after, but when it's upside down, so it's like he goes like
So how
that.
do the babies become upside down?
So you get a string, hang it up, and it's upside down when it's asleep. Well,
Hang the baby upside down after they inject it.
yes. Miss Martin, the nurse, she
Martin, who is Miss Martin?
Miss Martin is a nurse of our school. She does the injecting. She pretends to be kind to my mom and tries to like say be kind. And then after she injects. She's a nurse.
That is not the first time I've heard of a survivor of satanic ritual abuse say that the police were involved and the judges were involved, and there was nowhere that they could turn to. CPS was involved, and it's just so sad and disturbing, and the reality that these things do happen every day. And I pray that these two young children grow up to be crusaders against satanic ritual abuse.
So she pretends to be kind to mom, and she saved me and if I hurt myself. A church, our own big church, and we use it for sex, eating baby, drinking baby's blood. We sacrifice the baby, we do sex to the babies, when we're dancing with the skulls after the babies are dead.
What skulls?
The baby skulls.
Before?
Yeah, from before. We put it on.
Where did the baby skulls come from?
They come from the baby.
How would you get them from the baby?
We cut the baby's head off, then we kill the meat from the skulls, and then we put all the meat and cook it. Sometimes we roast it, sometimes we roast it in the oven.
It is a belief that they will take the energy from the being or baby, whatever they're eating, whatever human they're eating, that they will take on the energetic properties of that and strength of that being baby. Oh, this is just extremely disturbing.
This is cricket on a frying pan.
You told me there's some restaurants.
Yeah, and there's some restaurants, McDonald's in Hampstead, and East Finchley. And East Finchley is a swimming pool, and in East Finchley there's a swimming pool, and the whole East Finchley does it. The boss does it. Everybody does it.
That's what?
The sex. Social services. Everybody does. All of them.
Who?
Everybody.
Does your mother do it?
No.
Do I do it?
No.
Who does it then?
Papa, Mr. Holding, the school.
Who?
Parents.
My dad's
Tell me more
family.
people. Tell me some more people, please. I'm interested.
Parents, police.
Rich
What about the teachers at
elite
school? Who's the main
circles.
Papa, Mr. Holdings, Mrs. Forsyth.
Who's Mrs. Forsyth?
She's the head teacher of our school.
And what does she do?
Demons.
And she does sex. She got a big birthmark with a big tattoo on her pride.
And what happens in the church?
And we do baby sacrifice.
In the church.
What do you mean sacrifice and eat the baby?
So we kill the
Church.
baby and eat it and drink the blood from it.
Is that true, Gabriel?
Yes. And we dance with the skulls.
You what?
We dance with the skulls in the church.
What skulls?
Skulls of the baby.
Pardon?
The skulls of the baby.
You dance with the baby skulls?
Yes.
And who kills the baby?
Papa, me, and Lisa. And so.
Who kills the babies?
Papa.
And what? He gets you to help him?
Yes.
Shoot.
So he tells us to hold the hand of the knife, and then he holds his hand.
Wow. Now, I know there are going to be some people that don't believe that this is true, and I get it. It's easier to just believe that this is made up and it's a fanciful story, but these things happen every day, and the more awareness that can be brought to it, the less time they'll be able to hide behind, the curtains and in the shadows. So let's go on to the next video, the next conspiracy. Last but not least.
Well, let me tell you something on what's happening right now. They're scared. The
They should
cabal
be.
is scared. They are doing everything they can to collect as much revenue as possible right now.
Yep.
And they are attacking you to do it. They're
Yes, they
attacking
are.
everybody hard. The numbers are up so high since Biden took office from Child Protective Services alone that I can't hardly stand it.
Not
Oh,
on
it's
accident
got
either.
my blood boiling. I'm so pissed. What if I told you that the last numbers I saw was over 2,200 children a day? Yep. No, this has nothing to do with Mexico. This is you guys in this room, parents.
You need to think about it. The U.S. has not had any real industry in how many years? And what is keeping us on top? My belief, from what I've seen, is that our number one industry is children.
Grandparents, grandkids. If you walk around the city of Phoenix, block by block, and knock on doors and ask them one question, and I challenged a group down there to do it, and they did it. In fact, they committed 4 Saturdays in a row, 8 hours a day, to this experiment. And they walked block by block by block, knocking on doors, asking the people one simple question. Have you or any of your immediate family had any issues or any contact with Child Protective Services? And the answer came back that 1 out of every 4 households. 1 out of 4.
Just another arm of the government, aka arm of the elite.
There's a lot of reports. I get state by state reports. I get state by state reports of how many children disappear out of the system. In Arizona alone, it averages between 60 and 70 children a month disappear out of their system.
Wow. And people turn a blind eye.
CPS. What happens is Child Protective Services takes children. They put the parents through services
To make
Hell
money, to keep
is more
CPS
like it.
running. Yep.
They contract
To jump
for
through
services for 18 to 24 months. Then, while the parents are jumping through every hoop they can and spending their life fortune, and they can't work because they're in family court all the time, and they're having to go see psychologists all the time, and taking drug tests and all the other manner of things that they have you do.
Yep.
After 18 to 24 months, they terminate the parental rights.
Yeah.
They put the children in foster. Then a guardian ad litem shows up a couple months later and moves them from one foster care to another, and then to another.
So the
And
parents
then the
lose their
parents,
child.
As soon as everybody they feel has lost track of these children,
Wow.
that had any relationship to these children, a guardian ad litem shows up and removes them. And then somehow their file gets deleted with the state, and they disappear out of the system. And then where do they go? Well, just recently, about 2 months ago, I found 5 children that were removed from one family that disappeared out of the system. And when we took a team in there and we rescued them, there's 4 traffickers that are in heaven right now. But
No, they're not in heaven.
But we rescued. Turn it down. Is it too loud? Well, yeah, we know that. God's going to judge them and throw them where He wants.
Amen. He will.
It's up to Him. It ain't up to me.
Exactly.
I'm just going to arrange the meeting if I can. I'm a facilitator. Just arrange the meetings. But it was actually 5 children. We got 4 alive and 1 dead in the trunk of a car. And it was one of the most emotional weekends. If you've ever hugged a husband and wife who have been through that.
I can't even imagine.
It's pretty awful. On May the 4th, On the 44th birthday of the gal that was being groomed to be the head queen mother of the Illuminati here in the United States, who, by the way, has been helping us, and she's not in that anymore. She escaped from
Amen.
it. But the Illuminati likes to rub it in. So on her 44th birthday, at an address 4414 in Baltimore, Maryland, they sacrificed 44 children. Now the problem is this.
They love the numbers,
We finally
gematria.
decoded everything and got the information at 9 p.m. Their meeting started at 10. By the time we assembled teams and got them there, it was 6 a.m. It was too late. Because between 10 and 3 a.m., they sacrificed 44 children
To Moloch.
in honor of her birthday. And you've never seen somebody cry so much in your whole life as her and what they did in her name. Okay? And we got there in just enough time to collect the forensic evidence. And that sucks. Because had we known a few hours earlier, they held off to the last minute to communicate. Normally they communicate, we decipher their communications, we uncode their messages, and we can arrive in time. Because they're communicating amongst themselves, and we discover it.
Right.
And we get there in time. But they held off communication. They knew what they were doing. They knew we'd figure out their language very quickly.
Right.
And their language is not easy to uncode.
It's
I
not.
can show you a picture of it. It looks pretty bad. And that's the kind of thing that happens, and it drives me crazy.
Wow. Now, that is how the enemy works, though. He works in codes and colors and clues. And he will try his best to deceive. And the codes that they were probably talking about were gematria, and I don't know if you've ever heard of that, but there are lots of codes and signs hidden in famous people, politicians, in their birthdays, or in scenarios like what we would call false flags. Like, some people think 9/11 was a false flag, that it was done by our government. I tend to be in the camp that believes that. And when you go into these situations and you decode the dates and the important evidence, the codes, colors, and clues will all point to a story that seems to have been pre-written ahead of time. And because the way the enemy works, well, because the way God made it, the enemy has to tell you what they're going to do before they do it. So you're able to find out clues of what's going to happen, and the way that they show you these things or tell you these things are in television shows, movies, through the news. You'll notice certain things will start to come out, like with Target. Target just recently started having articles come out saying that they were losing a lot of money due to theft. And in my opinion, that was just a cover-up for the coming shitstorm that with all their tucking bathing suits and LGBTQ agenda that they're pushing in their children's section. And it was just kind of, they wanted to alter the narrative and push the perception to something that was not accurate. But I hope you enjoyed today's video. Those were some mind-blowing, crazy conspiracies. And until next time, my name is Renee, and this is Highly Motivated.
No mistake.